Minecraft. Minecraft. I see the player you mean. Strong arms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Question mark. Yes, take care. It has reached a higher level now. It can read our thoughts. That doesn't matter. It thinks we are part of the game. I like this player. It played well. It did not give up. But doping around. Pick up a wonderful interface. Very flexible and less terrifying. Are you kidding me? Before players could read. Back in the days, I worked with a million others to sculpt a true world and fold and created a blah 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 for blah 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 blah. I cannot read that thought. No, it has not yet achieved the highest level. Over 9,000. That's it. Long dream of life, not the short dream of a game. Does it know that we love it, that the universe is kind? Sometimes through noise of our thoughts it hears the universe, yes, but there are times that it's in sad, whatever. In the long dream, it creates worlds that have no summer, and it shivers under the black sun, and it takes a sad creation for reality. Here, the sorrow that would destroy it, the sorrow that is part of its own private task that we cannot interfere. Sometimes, when they are deep in dreams, I want to tell them that they are finding words in reality. Sometimes I want to tell them of their importance to the universe. Sometimes that they have not made a true connection. I want them to speak the word they fear. It reads our thoughts. Sometimes I do not care. Sometimes I wish to tell them that this world would take the truth. This Billy Blola and Blola. I wish to tell them. Oh,
what is this?
Dream, and yet they
the cutscene at the end.
Oh.
It'll only be so easy to tell strong before this dream. To tell them how to live is to prevent them living, and I will not tell the player how to live. The player is growing restless. I will tell the player a story, but not the truth. No, a story that the truth is safely in a cage of words, not the naked truth that can burn over any distance. Give it a body again. Yes, player. Use its name. Strong arms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, player of games. Good. Take a breath now and another. Feel air in your lungs. Let your limbs return. Yes, move your fingers and have a body again. Under gravity and air respawn in the long dream that you are. The body is touching the universe again at every point, as though you were separate things, and as you were... I don't want to read the green text. Who are we? Well, we are called the spirit of the mountain, father of the sun, mother moon, ancestral spirits, animal spirits, jinn, Greek, angels, aliens, extraterrestrials, Laptons, orcs, the world changes. We do not change. We are the universe. We are everything you think is in text just off the screen. I can't read it. What's happening? I can't. It's all human. Molten rock, ball of molten rock that circled a ball of blazing gas that was 330,000 times more massive than it. They were fell so far apart. The text is missing. It's veering above the screen again. That's the player's dream. The surface of the world so flat and the square of what to do in depth is inconvenient. Sometimes the pieces. Sometimes in the air and the ground, and a woman gathered the atoms and drank and ate and hailed the woman in the player. And the body of the player over from the dark world of the mother's body into the long dream. And the player was a new story, never told, written letters of DNA. The player knew a program never run before, generated by source code, billion years old. And the player was a new human, never lied before, but for nothing but milk and love. You are the player, but the story, the player and the human made from nothing but milk and love. Let's go further back. 7 billion atoms of the player were created long before the game. The heart of the star, so the player is information from the star.
Yeah, it's about 10 minutes long.
Infinite world inside a small private world, and Texas. I'm just shush players. The player, and the black guy, red and black guy. Stars. Sometimes, if only the universe was a bit of energy, we made odds on zeros and ones and lines of the belief was playing. Sometimes the belief reading words and you're the player reading the words. Shush, the player is reading lines of code on his screen, decoded them into words, decoded the words into meaning, decoded the meaning into feelings, emotions. His ideas of player breathe faster, deeper, and can breathe.
you are wrong. And sometimes a player believes the universe unspoken. This is so wrong. Sometimes a player believes the universe is spoken through a light fell of crisp sky, the winter, and the flesh, and the light, and the sun, and the planets, and the plasma, and the player, and dream, and and the universe said, "I love you. I love the universe." And it said that you have played very well. And the universe said, "Everything you need is within you," and the universe said you were special, and the universe said you are the daylight, and the universe said that you are the night, and the universe said the darkness is the fight within you, and the universe said the light is the light you seek within you, and the universe said you're not alone, and the universe said that you're separate from every other thing.
How long is this?
10 minutes.
And the universe said that the universe is tasting itself, talking to itself, reading its own code. And the universe said, "I love you because you are love."
Oh.
It was over, and the player woke up from a dream, and the player began a new dream, and the dream with the dream, and the player and the dreaming.
Inception.
And the player was love.
The dream better, and the player was in the universe, and the player was love. You are the player. Wake up.
Oh, man.
Vegas back yet?
I need
Okay,
to
what
go
the
to
heck is up with that cutscene?
Good job, Emerson.
Wait, Minecraft credits.
Created by Marcus Pearson.
Created by Marcus Pearson.
Okay, so did everyone else see the credits, and it was just me who was sitting looking at the ground the whole time?
Game design,
Everybody
programming,
else looked at
graphics by Marcus Pearson, Jens Bregesten. Music and sound, Daniel Rosenfeld. In-game art paintings, Christopher Zetterstrand. End-game narrative, you, Guy, Julian Go are evil. Website development, Tobias Molstam, Daniel Frisk, Leonard Alexton, Jens Bergeson, Marcus Pearson. Logo and promotional artwork, Marcus Tovioin. Business administration, Carl Manna. Daniel Directors of Fun, Linda Winters. She's got the
What? Director of Fun.
Yeah. Number crunching and statistics, Patrick Girder. Additional
name in a different color.
Scavolus and Hippopotamus. Technologies use Java by Oracle. LWJGL, many talented people. Third sound system, Lamb, Jorvis by Jcraft.
Oh, can I read this next one?
Go ahead.
20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones that you did do. So throw off the bowiness. Bow lines. So throw off the bow lines. Sail away from the safe harbor. Catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, discover. By Mark Twain. Oh, and the screen goes black.
Darn, I can't mine a giant hole to the underworld.
Have a virtual lozenge.
Oh, respawning. Okay, I am back to spawn.